Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hi, beloved friends. We are back today with our book, Living Spring. And today we're going to discuss chapter 80. And Living Spring is by Emmanuel through Chico Xavier. Beloved friends, with everything in this beautiful earth of ours that's going on, if you feel heavy, maybe you don't know how you feel in all this, the midst of all this troubles going on earth. Let's take some time and we get silent in ourselves so that we can breathe, we can listen to an uplifting message, we can take time to just be silent and pray so that we can help ourselves not to focus on bad things but on the joyful. To know that we are never alone, that there are so much help. And through our own efforts, we also can help others. So let's take a moment and just be present and listen to this beautiful message from the Spirit Emmanuel through Chico Xavier. Fattened heart, you are fattened, you have fattened your heart, as on a day of slaughter. And it's James, verse 5, chapter 5, verse 5. The sun, the supreme expression of the vital divinity in the terrestrial firmament, works for the prosperity and perfection of the world. The worm in the ground works to make the soil suitable for seed. The breeze makes its contribution by carrying pollen from flower to flower. The water toils incessantly to enrich and purify physical life. The tree provides blossom, bears fruit, and regenerates the atmosphere. The animal cooperates with humans and helps them with their accomplishments, sweating and dying, so that beings of superior intelligence can enjoy a normal life. The unbreakable law of labor governs the universe. In the consistency of its benefits, movement and order are essential, or an order are its essential characteristics. Nevertheless, there are millions of people who feel themselves exonerated from the glory of serving. For such persons, in whose brain reason sleeps, dull and empty, labor means degradation, humiliation, hell, and suffering. They pursue a life of criminal impudence with the same instinct as a fly in search of garbage. Once they find it, they use their time and potential for uncontrolled self-centeredness, like a well with stagnant water that is easily poisoned. In fact, according to the fortunate expression of the apostle, they are fattened hearts. They spin thick webs of hatred and selfishness, indifferences and vanity, pride and indolence around themselves, and spiral down out of control through the heavy vibration in which they are enveloped, towards a lower level of life. Of course, many are waiting to take advantage of them, like persons fattening animals for slaughter. This is a very grave explanation, but spiritually, this is so true. And if we can ask ourselves questions today, because it's good to know where we stand. Emmanuel is asking us today to evaluate ourselves, to see if we are in full service, in serving our neighbor. And only you and I can answer that question. Fattening heart. It's also explanation of not only to learn and teach ourselves, and to accumulate so much that we don't give it out. This is why when we are truly into the teachings of Jesus, we would be so much inspired to share these teachings to help our brother and sister. So, what are we being asked today, brother and sister? We are being asked to do more, to look at what we do and how we do it, and to know that work, being of service, is part of being in this envelopment of God. If we look at the high spirit, and it's being brought to us by a lot of spirits in a lot of the spirit is teaching that they always serve. They are not tired. Like the sun, like Emmanuel explains, that is constant. So we need to be constant in our lives. And yes, sometimes there is situations where, because we are still learning, that we feel that we are tired. But as soon as we do, take the time to correct yourself. But don't take too long, because otherwise we will miss another opportunity to serve someone who maybe are in greater need than ourselves. So to focus on others, to be of service, to spread the good news, to be of hope, some hope, to bring hope to others. That is what we should always be focused on, regardless of what we are busy with. We can do this while we are busy working at our jobs, in a house. What we do is serving. And of course, the immediate families that we are put in is where we can start practicing to serve. But we shouldn't just stop there. We should broaden the circle of our fraternal brothers and sisters that we are, so that we can give out to everyone that God puts on our path each day. And sometimes to forget about ourselves, our needs, so that we can help others. Just like Emmanuel has explained about the animals who's here to help us. So if we look at everything around us, see the purpose and be thankful. Because if we have a grateful heart, everything that we need to do will be much easier to do because we are thankful. Even if we go through something that is very hard, or maybe it is a challenge, because we know that through challenges is where we can work on ourselves. It is just so that we can recognize where we can still work on ourselves. That is why it's good to know ourselves. Today, I want us in a prayer to play. I want to play a beautiful prayer in Ukrainian. Um, it is the Lord's Prayer in Ukrainian, and this is so that we can take hands. Okay, there we go. It's so that we can take hands with our brothers and sisters and to be open to know that maybe one day we will be part of that country, and we know in many incarnations we have been in different parts of the earth. So we are brothers and sisters of each other. And it doesn't matter. We shouldn't have an opinion. We should know that there are many souls that are still very ignorant. So, but we should look at ourselves and we should serve. And how do we serve? By praying, by asking so that we can send love, so that we can send this peace. And that is why I want us to listen to the Lord's Prayer. Thank you for joining me, beloved friends. Let's see this beautiful light of love comforting every soul in both realms, and regardless of race, so that everyone can get a feel of the spiritual guides within, the help within, and acknowledge the presence of God that is everywhere. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next week, thank you. Bye bye.